Hi everyone, if you want to come out to Australia, you want to do a trip around through Australia, depends which part of Australia you want to do. Make sure you plan that trip extremely well, and there's other things that I'm going to mention to you that you need to know before you even come out or after you come out. There is a lot of stuff that is best to find out and stuff. If you come out, make sure you come out at a certain time of year. Our heat out here can be high. If you come out towards the end of summer, going into our autumn, and you want to do a trip around Australia or somewhere, or out to our Alice Springs or somewhere, be very well prepared. Be extremely well prepared. It depends which part of Australia you land in, like Brisbane, Sydney, or Melbourne or somewhere. Get yourself very well prepared. If you're going to hire a vehicle, you're mainly best to get a four-wheel drive. If you want to go up into Alice Springs and all that type of stuff, there is tar roads up there, but there is other roads that are dirt roads, I will say this: do not travel high speeds on those roads. You don't know what could be on those roads or anything. You could be traveling along. You don't know if there has been rain or anything. There could be something that is under that, in that dust and dirt there on that road, or it could be a kangaroo or a camel or something on that road you don't see. And because if you're traveling at high speed, you don't, because that dirt, if you lose control on that dirt, on that dirt road, and you've never traveled a dirt road in your life before, you don't know what to do, you can have a massive accident. And as well, there are certain parts out here that most of the roads are dirt. I mean sand and dirt. They especially up in Northern Territory and up in that part over in Western Australia. There are certain roads that are dirt, sand and dirt and dust. And something else. If you go up into WA or go up in Alice Springs, there are big transport trucks. They're a normal truck, but they've been made bigger for the roads. They can have up to 5 trailers behind them. Towing stuff, because they have to transport that stuff. And they can be up to 40 metres long per trailer. And if you've got that and you see one coming, get over to say if you're going north and he's coming south, get over to the road, get off the edge of the road and give him all the room. Don't move until that dust is clear, because that dust can be very heavy and thick. How I know this? I've seen these outback truckers show where the trucks go out in that part out there, and they throw up some of the massive big dust clouds. They are big dust clouds, and if you don't know that, and something else, don't travel those roads at high speed. Take it easy, because you don't know what could be around. And as well, plan your trip. Don't just come out and think, oh yeah, I'll be right. You don't know what it's like. It's Wasson. Plan your trip before you come out, and don't ever come out on your own. Have someone else come out and with you, because if something happens and you're out in WA or out in Northern Territory and you get stranded out there, you've got no one else to help you to get somewhere or something. And if you've got a mobile phone, there is certain spots out there that there is no coverage for a mobile phone. Other thing is like a CB radio or a two-way radio. You can get portable ones that you can charge. they can get to, there's trucks out there that can get you help, and there's other stations out there that have got that type of thing set up in them, so if someone is in strife, that they can get you help. Don't ever come out into Australia, go out into that part without other source of communication, because if you get out there and you don't have a CB radio or a two-way, and you break down and you've got no way to get help to you, you know what can happen. You know what can happen. Just get yourself very well prepared. Your best time, if you want to come out and do a trip, come out after our summer is over. And we're just now in spring. September, October and November is springtime. Then from then, December, Jan, Feb is summer. That's the most hottest time out here. We haven't had our winter rain, so it's going to get more hotter here now, because we haven't had that moisture in the ground and the rains. Our seasonal weather. Just get yourself very well prepared. How I know that? My late mum and dad, they done a trip, a 6 months trip. They had taken years to plan that trip, years and years and years to plan that trip, and when they done that trip, they went north. They left in this part and went north because they wanted to go up into the warmer part of Australia, because you go down south now, or in the winter time, when it comes out of summer, they left in April. If you leave around that time and you go down south, it will start to get cold down there. Why it gets cold down there for is because we're close to the South Pole, and we get all that cold southerly winds blowing from the South Pole up to here, up above Sydney and stuff. I'm above Sydney. I'm 6.5 hours above Sydney by road and by train. So like how I said, Mum and Dad went north, and they planned their trip to go up north, up into Queensland, up around that way, and then they came around down into Victoria, South Australia, and Wissam. So they took over 5 years to plan their trip. Do your research before you come out. Do your research. Look into things. It doesn't hurt to bring out extra clothes, even in the summertime. If you go out into Western Australia or out around our spring, once that afternoon air goes down, that sun sets, that can get cool. And if you're not used to that coolness, you can get very cold. And something else, if you're out there, make sure you have extra water with you. But don't just drink straight water. Get some juice or get some other stuff to mix with that water, because you can get very dehydrated off that water. It will dehydrate you. I don't care if you buy it from the supermarket or what, it will still dehydrate you. I know about that. That's why I don't drink straight water ever, because it hasn't got the goodness in that for your body. I know, because I don't drink straight. I mix others, cordials and stuff that you need in you. Okay, so I just thought I'd give you this. And now I'm going to say, if you go out into Northern Territory up around Alice Springs and stuff, not all roads there are tar roads. Some are dirt roads. There's 90% of them are dirt roads. They're a good road, or they are a good road. Do not travel high speeds on them, because we have camels roaming up in that region. They are about. You don't know where they could be. You don't know what could be around that next bend. You don't know what could be there. And that dirt, if you're travelling high speed and you get out of control, you could have a serious accident. Don't travel high speed. I even learnt that as a child. Where I lived, not far away from me, was a dirt road. I learned a lot off that dirt road as a child. And then when my son was starting to learn to drive, when he got his license to drive, he was coming home to where we were outside of Tamworth here, 50 k's out on the property. He was coming home and he struck dirt and he lost control, but he didn't have an accident. And he learned off that. He now respects dirt roads. He knows what they're like and stuff. So if you've got dirt roads, don't try. If you come here, our roads are totally different. And there is another part where we've got dirt roads. There is another part that's called bull dust. It's up in the top part of NT going into WA. It's that fine of a dust. It is so fine that it's even finer than flour and powder and all that type of stuff. It's that fine. It can blow around and you can get stuck in that. And if you get into that bull dust, you don't know what to look for. And you can get stuck. Unless you can get some help, you'll get out. But how I said, plan your trip before you leave. Plan that trip and plan that trip. Just don't come out expecting things to be okay. That's when you are looking for trouble. There was a girl, somehow she went out Wassom in the heavy rain, but she survived. Somehow she survived. I don't know how she survived, but she survived. And I just thought I'd let you know about this. Just be careful and plan. Plan your trip. Plan your trip. Bring extra clothes, even in the summertime, out in Northern Territory. After that sun goes down, it can get cool because you're out there on the flat plains and that air can change. It can change. Doesn't matter what time of year, but it can change. Okay, just thought I'd give you this. If you want to come out, plan. Do research and plan your trip. Get on the internet and plan. Have a look at other things and do your research and other people who've known stuff, like how I've known stuff. Don't jump in. Just don't come out. Jump into a vehicle and expect to be right. Something could go wrong. Don't ever come out on your own either. That's something you don't do. Don't travel on your own out here. You need that extra because there's some roads out here where you need a second driver to drive on those roads because there's no one around you. You could go out into Northern Territory. You could be on that road for 3 days and no one out. There's no other homes. That's how sparse places are. When you go to Alice Springs, to go to Darwin, it's a big trip. Or to go other places, it's a big trip. So just get yourself very well prepared. Get yourself very well prepared before you come out. Get in and if you know people who've been out, who've came out, ask them questions and stuff and talk to them and stuff. Just don't come out. Just don't come out. Get yourself prepared. Okay, catch ya. Bye.